What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So we got a lot to break down in this video. As always, we're going to go over the stock market. We're going to break down some charts, and I want to go over some developing news out of Taiwan from Foxconn in regards to Apple. This is some big news that could really hurt Apple moving forward. So needless to say, we have a lot to break down. So sit back, relax, hit that like button, and make sure to subscribe. I know the whole, new YouTube update is pretty much hiding the subscribe button. So if you don't see it, find it, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right into the video. So today overall was a mixed bag in the stock market. You guys can see right here, the Dow ended up, well, actually, it wasn't really a mixed bag. I got confused there. The futures are up a little bit, which made it seem it was a mixed bag, but actually, it was a red day all across the board. I almost forgot. Red day all across the board. The Russell, well, I guess the Russell broke even, but other than that, the NASDAQ 100 went down 1.2%. S&P down 0.75%, the Dow down 0.4%, so not a good day. It wasn't a horrible day, but we did end up selling off. And now, again, like I said, the futures are moving up a little bit. Dow futures up barely, but they are up a little bit. We have the NASDAQ up 0.1%. The S&P futures are also up about 0.1%. So what we're noticing right here is, and honestly, today in general, just looking at SPY at least, and we'll take a look at Triple Q in a second, today was a cool-off day. It was, it was a bit of a relaxing, I don't want to say relaxing day, but it was just a quiet day. We did have a decent red day, but on Friday, we had a huge green day. You guys saw that. We talked about that earlier today, and today was just a little bit, of a pullback type of day. Nothing really crazy, and it looks like here on the 20-day chart on SPY at least, the bulls are still in charge. We're still above both moving averages, and obviously on Friday we completely ripped out of the 50 SMA here, and we closed above it, and that's a good sign. That is a good sign in the short term here for the bulls. And on Triple Q, it's a little bit different. This is still under 285, like I've been saying on the channel, and it's still under the highs from last week, which are 285, right around 285. And, like SPY, one thing that's similar here is this as well on the 20-day chart is above both moving averages, right around 276, 278. So this just needs to break 285. If you're a bull here on Triple Q, especially in the short term, you need to see it break 285. I've been talking about this on the channel like crazy. And if 285 breaks, 298, 300, that breaks, we could be going 310, 315. So keep these levels in mind in the short term, and also realize the high from the middle of August, last huge relief rally, bear market rally we got, it was at about 333 on Triple Q. That was the high. So keep that in mind. As long as we're playing in this, what I'm trying to get at here is, if we're playing in this level or in this range between 285 and 315 on Triple Q, that's great for the bulls if it does break out towards that point, but that is still bear market rally territory, if that makes any sense. If we do run up to 315, bulls might be like, oh, this is great, we're breaking out, but in the grand scheme of things, we could get a lot of selling pressure in the low 300s, 310, 315, because we're going to be approaching this trend line, as I just outlined here, on this 4-hour chart. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below, as always, in the comments. And we're going to talk a little bit about crypto right now. Let's go over here to Webull. And if you're finding value, as always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. So let's see what's going on here. We have Bitcoin right now, and I'm filming at about $20,400. And still at this point, guys, it's consolidating. You can see here we've been holding between 17.5 to about 22.5 roughly. This little $4,000 or $5,000 window is where Bitcoin's been trading at, for a good almost 4.5 months at this point. And really, guys, nothing much has changed. And you can see here on Webull, it's drawing out the main levels here for us, which is great. I like how Webull does that. A big level on the upside here is 22,750. Followed by 25,000, and then we have 30,000. So if we actually break 22,750, we might be going to 25. Then if 25 breaks, we could have some more upside, but there's just not any signs of any sign of that right now, at least on Bitcoin. And pulling up Ethereum, let's see what Ethereum's looking like. It's down about 1.5% on the day, nothing crazy. It's at 1560 right now, down $24 on the day. And like Bitcoin, I mean, guys, this thing's been pretty flat for the past 4.5 months. Nothing really has changed. I mean, actually, let me correct myself there. One thing that has changed in the very short term is it ran up a little bit. Well, more than a little bit. This was about a week and a half ago, leading up to that. I don't know if it's Elon or what, but just in general, stock market was moving up. Same here with Ethereum. It went from $12.50 to about $16.50. That's a $400 move, guys. Now it's starting to pull back a little bit. So let's see if this continues, if this cools off. I mean, here on the 4-hour chart, we can clearly see, if I draw a trend line, that, this is a bear market rally. This could be a bull trap right here. You got to be careful. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you want 12 stocks from this platform, which is called Webull, use that link down below, deposit any amount of money, and you get 12 stocks. And I think all those in total could be valued up to $30,000. I mean, that's insane. And full disclosure, all those links down below do help out the channel, guys. You could also get $10 free plus up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000 for Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Linked right down below. And now, enough of that. Let's get into Apple. Apple, we got some news out of Foxconn today, and Foxconn is actually denying them. And if you guys are denying these rumors, and if you guys didn't know, Foxconn is Apple's biggest iPhone maker, producing 70% of iPhone shipments globally, which in turn makes up 45% of the firm's revenue, according to a Fubon research analyst this month, which is freaking insane, guys. And this company, Foxconn, in its Shenzhou facility, has about 200,000 workers, which is unfreaking believable. And apparently, there's a COVID outbreak right now that is infecting 20,000 people. And you guys know how China is with, or that whole area. Taiwan, I'm sure as well, right? How they are with COVID. It is intense. It is intense. They lock things down like that. It is not. I mean, we did lock down here in the U.S., but at least here where I am, I mean, in New Jersey, nothing's really been locked down for like 2.5 years. I mean, or 3 years almost. I don't even know. However long it's been. But in China, in Taiwan, in these places, it's way more strict, right? And again, they're denying these rumors right now. And this is insane because at this Shenzhou plant, and hopefully I'm saying that right, probably not, they may see up to a 30% decline amid these COVID-19 woes. And I think the month of, let's see here, iPhone's November shipments from one of its oldest and largest suppliers, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, maybe in November, it's may see a 30% decline. Yep, that's what it's saying here. And this is, this is going to be big. Obviously, Apple is the biggest, or one of the biggest companies in the world, and the fact that this is a rumor right now, again, Foxconn's denying it, that's causing the stock to sell off a little bit. But to be honest, it only went down 1.5%. It's not like the company is panicking, or rather investors are panicking. It seems like they're not really taking this too seriously. I mean, it looks like let me pull this one day. Wait a second. Yeah, it looks like it sold off all pre-market, saw a bit of a pop in the middle of the day, then it went down a little bit heading into the close. But overall, again, it looks like investors aren't taking this too seriously. It could be a bunch of crap, nonsense. I have no idea. Obviously, we have no idea what is going on in China, or what they tell us is even true. I mean, who really knows at the end of the day? But at this point, if this is true, hypothetically, let's say this is true, and 200,000 workers, and here in this report says many of the 200,000 workers at the plant left the facility amongst the fears, and again, they're denying this. If this is true, though, this is going to have a serious implication on Apple. I'm not sure about during the holiday. I mean, I don't know how much they have in inventory right now, but this could be a problem. I mean, this really could be a problem moving forward into the new year. Heck, maybe even in the holiday season. And we'll see. November, December, these are big months for Apple and a lot of companies in general. So that's the news. Big news for Apple. We'll see how it unfolds over the next couple of days. I'm sure we'll get more clarity, or maybe not. Again, who knows? We can't really trust fully really anything out of China. I guess that makes me a hypocrite because I do own Alibaba, guys. But do not judge me. It is a speculative position, and who knows? Maybe I do end up making money on it. But who knows? I could also lose my entire position, which is why it is a speculative position for me. And again, this is it's gonna be one worth watching. Ticker symbol AAPL. You guys got to watch it moving forward. And even though that news came out, again, it's not really affecting the stock much, down 1.5%. We're still above the moving averages. It looks like, we hit 156 after the earnings. Now we're only at 153. In fact, we're actually holding above, a key level from last week. We closed above it. This was the resistance point from earlier last week, 152. We closed above 153. So Apple doesn't look that bad. But again, let's see how this materializes, and I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, to smash that like button. So Tesla, guys, let's run through some other stocks here before we do wrap up the video. We do have a bunch more here to talk about. So Tesla is one that I'm watching. Of course, here, Elon owns Twitter. Tesla's really not. It hasn't been doing much over the past couple of days. In fact, if we look here at the chart and I zoom in a little bit, we have an inverse head and shoulders forming, even though it really hasn't been doing much. And at this point, at 232, roughly 233, that is a big resistance for the stock. If I put an alert there, you guys are going to be able to see it, right? That's been resistance pretty much all of this month of October. And by the way, today's the last day of October. I hope you guys did have a great month, as great of a month in the stock market as you could possibly have, right, in these crazy markets that we're in. So Tesla, 233, if that point breaks, mark my words, guys. I'm not saying it's going to go all the way to 300 in the short term or anything crazy like that, but we could be getting a pop towards the mid 200s. 250, 260, maybe even higher than that. So I like this setup right here. My alert, again, is at 233. You guys probably should put it there as well. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just putting this on your radar and, giving you some spots, some key levels that I'm personally looking at, right? So CRM, let's pull this up. Salesforce is one that I'm looking at here, and we have an ascending triangle forming on this, which I believe if we do break out of here right around 165, 170, we could see some massive gains here on CRM. Look at this. We have a clear resistance at about 260, or rather 168 to about 170. That's been resistance from the beginning, middle of September. Now, if that point is able to break, and mind you, we have a golden cross right now. We're above both moving averages. Today wasn't that bad of a day, even though the stock market got, I don't want to say destroyed, but it was a decent red day. I mean, it only went down 0.25%, as the Dow, NASDAQ, and the S&P went down more than that. So in the future here, probably at some point this week, if we break out of, let's say, 168, 170, maybe not even this week, at any time in the short-term future here, we could have some more upside, towards 185, 180. If it gets really hot, maybe 190. And let me see, when are they reporting earnings? It's got to be soon here. At the end of, well, not really soon. It's about a month from now, on the 29th of September, not September, November, after the bell, looks like. So about a month from now, CRM's reporting earnings, which is good. Honestly, that's good. I don't like really trading, around earnings or really holding through earnings. Sure, I trade around earnings, but not holding through earnings. And in this case, we have about a month since their, until their next report, which gives us plenty of time to catch a move on there and, avoid getting trapped on an earnings play or something like that, right? So CRM, watch out for it. We also have to look at Wynn and Las Vegas Sands, which those made some pretty big moves today. Wynn went up 9.5%. LVS went up about, I think, the same, or actually, no, not even close. 2.5%. I mixed that up for some reason. LVS up 2.5%. It's right around the highs here. You can see if I clear the set and draw this out again, we're right by, actually, I don't even need to draw it out, but I'll do it anyway. We're right by the highs here from last week, right around 38 to about 39 bucks. You guys see that here on LVS? If this breaks above, let's say, 40 bucks, I'll put my alert there right now. We could end up getting a pop in this, even, even though we've been seeing a lot of negative news around, whether it be China, COVID-19, yada, yada, yada. And let's see what we got today. I forget the news that really pushed it today. China residents can now travel to Macau using e-visa. Casino stocks gain. There you go. That's right. That's what moved it. So, all right, let's see what happens at $40. You can see a couple of weeks ago, we did break 40 momentarily to about 44, and then we broke under 40. And you can see before that pop earlier this month, 40's been resistance since the, middle towards the end of July. So if this point breaks, guys, 44, maybe even higher, could be around the corner. So keep your eyes on Las Vegas Sands. Keep your eyes on Wynn as well. Wynn's actually looking a little bit better, I'd say, in the short term. It broke out of the 180 SMA today. It closed above it here on the 4-hour chart. So let's see how this does. We have earnings coming out for Wynn on the 8th of the month. So about a week from now, about a week and some change away from right now. So watch out for those. And we also have PDD, which I still do not know how to pronounce. Pinduoduo or something like that. Pinduoduo. Maybe that's how it is. Pinduoduo. Yeah, probably that. We're going to go with that. This is a Chinese company, so keep that in mind, guys. And today it went up 3.5%. Let me show you this. 3.5%. And you can see clearly we're trading within this uptrending channel, clear as day, right? We're making higher lows, higher highs. And believe it or not, guys, out of all these Chinese stocks, technically speaking, just looking at this 4-hour chart, this looks the best by a landslide. It's not even freaking close. I mean, it is not even comparable. Look at this. Alibaba's chart looks like crap. 10-cent chart looks like garbage. Don't even get me started on Baidu. I mean, you might as well just throw this in the trash. JD, I'm not saying the company's bad. The chart is just looking bad. JD's looking like trash. So PDD is the only one that looks pretty good. Today it had a green day. We close above the 50 SMA. We're right by $60, right by the 180. If that point breaks, we could be getting a push. Mid-70s, low 70s. That's where this could be going. So watch out for PDD. TRV is another one, Travelers Companies. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but they reported earnings. I believe we covered them. But let me double check here. So they did EPS of 220 versus 217. So that beat. Revenue also beat $9.3 billion versus $8.98 billion estimated. So nice double beat for Travelers Companies here, TRV. And if I show you guys this chart, you're going to see it is pretty overbought. I'll be honest, but it's breaking out. It's above the highs from the middle of August, which is great. We have a golden cross. We're above the moving averages, which is great. We just have to cool off a little bit, right? If this thing comes down to the 170s, low, mid 170s, this could end up being a pickup, in my opinion. I like it, TRV. And the last one for this video, guys, and if you made it till the end, let me know in the comments. Stay stuck till the end. Drop a money emoji, a rocket ship, the moon emoji, do whatever. NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line. This is another one, though, kind of like TRV, that is a bit overbought in the short term, so keep that in mind. But if we do end up getting a pullback towards the moving averages here on the 4-hour, whether it be $15, $14.50, $15.50, I don't know, this could end up being a nice a nice pickup, right? And we have earnings coming up, which makes me a little bit cautious. I mean, earnings are really soon here on the 8th, and we're pretty overbought heading into earnings, and you guys kind of know what that could lead to, right? If earnings are not that good and we're overbought heading into earnings, what could happen? Well, let me tell you, the stock could drop like a brick, and that's not what I'd want to get into here. So actually, I might avoid this one until after earnings, but either way, the setup here looks decent. Let's say we pull back a little bit. $14.50, $15, whatever it is, earnings are solid or whatever, we might be able to get a bounce back. Or if it pulls back before earnings, maybe we get some hype into earnings, we might be able to play it. So let's see, guys. Norwegian Cruise Line, keep your eye on it. And I guess that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And if you didn't know, I have a second channel called Stas Talks Money. Make sure to use that link down below, or just go to the search bar, type that in. Make sure to subscribe. I just dropped the video on there today, and we have about 115 something subscribers. So let's get that channel to 1,000 subscribers. And don't forget to get your 12 stocks and your $10 plus your 15 stocks. Link down below. Free money, guys. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.